everyone, welcome back to the OG channel, the channel dedicated to all things cheap in the world of fragrances. And in today's video, we're going to take a look at a single fragrance that has really impressed me. I got it fairly recently, I think maybe a little over a month ago, and I've really enjoyed it. It's right up the alley of things that I love, and I think it's very impressive the quality you're getting out of this, especially for the price that you're getting this at. It's one that I think actually came out last year, got a little bit of hype, but really didn't make it too far, and I think it's very underappreciated. But it's from the company of FOMO, which you know is Fragrance Buy's own fragrance company, and they actually have a couple releases coming out fairly new, so hopefully I get my hands on those as well. But this one is a new one from last year, and it is this one here, the Envy of FOMO. And for most people who are really into fragrances, from just looking at the color of the bottle and the name, the Envy of FOMO, you can already know kind of what this is going to be replicating or cloning, because FOMO's releases are actually more clones and inspirations rather than just original fragrances. One of my favorites from them is actually Gary's Den, which is their take on Dior Homme Parfum, the older formulation, not the 2025 reformulation. And of course they have Frag Heads Asylum, which I got recently, which is their take on Elysium. There's also the red colored one, which I can't remember the name of. I think it's a take on Grand Soir. But this one here, the Envy of FOMO, again, just from the name and the look of the bottle, those of you in the fragrances can already conclude that this is probably going to be a take or clone of Gucci Envy, which was an older, like mid-2000s release from Gucci that gained a lot of popularity within the fragrance community, and rightfully so, because it smelled amazing, or at least from what I hear. I've heard a lot of reviews about it, haven't been able to get my hands on it because the fragrance is discontinued, which makes something like this a lot more valuable, prized, and sought after, because it is a clone of a discontinued fragrance, which is something that I personally want to see a lot more of, because I did get into the fragrance community a little later, and there's a lot of scents that I may never be able to get my hands on, so the closest I can probably get is to get the clones or inspirations from that. But this one here, as far as I've been able to tell, is a good clone and replication of Envy. Hopefully one day I'll be able to actually get my hands on like a decant or something of Gucci Envy. That way I can rightfully compare the two. But for now, I am really enjoying this by itself. So let's go ahead and get into the note breakdown real quick, so then I can break into what I'm getting out of the fragrance. The top notes you have with this are pepper, clove, mandarin, bergamot, and grapefruit. Middle notes are sandalwood, cedar, carnation, violet, and rose. And the base notes are vanilla, patchouli, amber, tonka, musk, labdanum, and vetiver. So what you're going to get out of this fragrance is immediately a very woody, dense fragrance. A lot of people, when they first sprayed it and smelled it, without looking at the note breakdown, assumed that it was some kind of pine balsam style, because it does have a very sappy, like I said, pine needle, balsam kind of woodiness to it. Very dense, very hearty. It's the really core of what this fragrance is, and then right behind it you get a little bit of a powdery aspect. I think I know there's this tonka bean in this, which adds probably a little bit of that, but there's also a lot of florals in here as well. And immediately what I get on the top with the woodiness and the powdery aspects is almost like a menthol kind of floral aspect with it. There's also a little bit of a balsamic kind of bitterness as it starts drying down into the mid, which a lot of people might not take too kindly to, but it is, to me, very interesting. It reminds me a lot of a scent that I actually have a sample of from Scent Trunk, which is called Black Hemlock. I've talked about it before in a lot of my earlier weekly rotations videos when I was wearing it. It's a very bitter, dark, dense, like I said, balsamic, almost sour, woody fragrance, very little earthy, and this has a lot of aspects that are similar to that. You do get a lot of vanilla in here, a little bit of sweetness and warmth. You get a lot of spice as well. Like I said, on that top you have like things like pepper and clove, so a lot of spiciness, which actually carries into even the middle and dry down of the fragrance as well. A lot of muskiness in here. It very much has an old school, like mid-2000s, even earlier than the 2000s, kind of retro musky kind of style with it, which I think is really cool, because usually if you're going to make a modern rendition of an older fragrance, you take out all of that, add more sweetness to it, make it more smooth, don't make it smell as old school. But I do appreciate that they actually made sure to include that old school style of, like I said, musky smell with this, the same that Gucci Envy would have when it was released in the mid-2000s. So I really do appreciate that, and also plays right into the style of fragrances that I personally enjoy, which is those older retro kind of style fragrances. So if you don't want something that smells old school, you won't like this one. But if you want something that smells very hyper masculine, also very classy, very dressed up, this is the one for you. And seasonality with this, of course, you look at the green bottle and you think, man, it's gonna be a very good, maybe winter green or maybe spring fragrance, and you wouldn't be wrong with that. I think this also plays very well into the fall time as well. Definitely the cooler months, fall, winter, day or night. And springtime, I think in the cooler end of spring, especially spring in the nighttime, it plays very well as well. I think I actually wore this a couple weeks ago while we still had some cooler spring nights, and it actually matched very well, smelled amazing. This is very, very well put together, very smooth. A lot of people was going to say that it doesn't have the same quality and same style as Gucci Envy, and of course it's not. It's a cheaper replication, and plus Gucci Envy was discontinued, and so it's not going to capture the exact essence as that one, I can imagine, but it's as close as you're going to be able to get, especially for the price range, and as good of a quality you're going to get for that price as well. In case you want a little more guidance and reference as to what this may be close to, imagine things like the original Bijoux, Pour Louis by Oscar de la Renta, even some things like Aramis, even though this isn't as bright as Aramis, even things like, you know, the original Viva Valentino, or I think Versace's clone Dirige, things like that. Very, very, very similar to this. It's all in that same kind of early mid 2000s kind of style. Again, that powdery muskiness. Also, there's a little bit of that masculine animalic kind of musky smell as well, which again dates it a little bit, but I think it still works very well. It is going to be a little limited in its versatility, again, more for the cold weather, and because of the scent profile, it does smell a little more mature and a little more classed up. It's not going to be something you could probably wear out casually, and I mean, very much with the gold and green, it has a money kind of feel to it, old school money. Younger guys probably aren't going to be attracted to this so much unless you are a collector and you love collecting old school fragrances especially. This is going to stick right along with those, even though it is a modern release. Performance with this one has varied with me from wear to wear. It has a fairly good longevity, maybe a little over 6 hours, but projection with this is about medium, maybe medium loud, depending on how much you spray on and what you're doing and how you wear it, you know, depending on how much it comes off your skin and how much it hangs on. But I imagine maybe after some maceration, it will improve not only the scent profile, but also the performance, hopefully. But still, overall, I am super glad to have this in my collection. Like I said, I am an old school retro cheapies lover, and for the quality that you're getting for the price on this one, even though it's not really the cheapest thing, I think I got this for maybe around mid 40s at Fragrance Buy's website. It still is a steal of a buy for that price. I mean, this is all their worth, things that they're wanting to put out there, and the fact that they chose to pick something that was not only discontinued, but also retro and keep it very faithful to that style is just really, really appreciative. I really, really like it. And there you go, guys, my take and review of the Envy of FOMO. Really, really love this fragrance. I mean, if I had to rate it, I'd give it at least like a 9 out of 10 out of my whole collection. I do love it. The scent profile is amazing. I really do wish I can get my hands on the original Gucci Envy just to, you know, kind of compare it more faithfully. But still, if I never do get my hands on it, I will be very satisfied with just this one here. But again, guys, if you like this review or anything I've said, let me know what you think about it in the comments below. Do you have this fragrance? Are you wanting to get it? What are your thoughts about it? And what other discontinued fragrances do you wish that someone would make a clone of, whether it be FOMO or Fragrance World or whoever? Let me know about that in the comments below as well. And as usual, if you enjoyed this video, this single fragrance review, and you want me to make more videos just like this one, please give the video a like and a thumbs up. Let me know to keep making videos just like this, the things that you want to watch and that I enjoy making for you. And as usual, if you're also watching this video and you're not subscribed to the channel, but you do like what you see here or what you see elsewhere on the channel, I encourage you to please consider supporting the channel by subscribing and hitting that notification bell so you can see when I upload more videos like this one and better, a lot of things that I have prepared coming down the pipeline. And I'd love for you to be right along with me on this cheap fragrance journey, and hey, maybe I can even help you discover something new along the way. And as usual, guys, that's all I have for today's video. Again, thank you for being here and for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I really hope that you enjoyed it. And as usual, I will see all of you again in the next video. Be blessed.